All right, in an upcoming episode, we're going to be taking a look at this September 2004 issue of Radio Control Nitro magazine. We're going to be going through this, taking a look at some stuff that's in here, talking about some of that. In another upcoming episode, we are going to be taking a look and discussing this legendary Nova Rossi 528 XR. Is this the ultimate HPI Savage engine? That's the discussion we're going to have. But today, we're going to be talking about the SH PT21A0 XBG engine, also known as the PT2018 XBG nitro engine, also known as the PT21XB1, as that's what it says on the cooling head. The PT2018 and the PT21 are the same engine. It's just upgraded or updated the design. It's the same internal sleeve piston. So they just updated the cooling head with the new design. So you'll buy the 2018 and they'll send you the 21. It's just the updated version. They're the same engine. Now, before we go through this, right here are a couple of my race buggies, a Offna Hyper 7 and a Kyosho MP9, both running the SH engine here. I have about 4 gallons or so on each of those, been running them all summer. So I do have experience. This is a brand new one, but I have 8 gallons of running this engine, so I can give you an honest review of it. So before we do that though, let's take a peek. So your crank here is filled, as you can see, silicone, has a counterweight, has some nice cuts right there on the port, has some good weight saving on it. It is not coated, but very good workmanship. Well done. The head button here does have an O-ring. I run 25% fuel, and I have found that a 0.4 millimeter shim stack is perfect for 25% nitro for what it's worth. I run a P3 plug. Here's a carb for the engine. It does have an insulator. It's a 3-needle carb. There's your 3rd needle there. This engine aside not only comes with this cool plastic case, does come with 3 Venturis, a collet, a glow plug, and a head shim. For the price, you can't beat this engine. It's about the cheapest off-road bump start engine you can get. There's a couple cheaper, the Hawaii Owl Hyper 21 and the Dynamite Mach 2. But for the $20 you'll save, you're not going to get nowhere near the engine that you have with this. This is the best deal going, in my opinion, for buggy off-road engines. The cooling head here. Now, looks are subjective. I think this is a great looking engine. I like the blue. I like the dark theme. I like the blue lip there. I like the SH in the block. I think it's a very attractive engine myself. It's got a steel bearing in it. Good front bearing. I haven't. They hold tune good, idle great. The cooling head here is recessed. It's not like a low profile head, but it does have a recess in it. The back plate here, as you can see, looks like it's got a steel insert for the conrod, and it does have an O-ring. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes here. This is an 8-port engine, and as you can see, there's a lot going on this sleeve. Got a big cutout here down below the intake ports. Got a couple notches here on the bottom of the sleeve. Got plenty of holes here below the exhaust. Got extra exhaust cutouts up top there. There is plenty going on this sleeve, and the workmanship is very good, I would say. It's not an OS. It's not perfect. You can find imperfections if you look, but no burrs, nothing. I didn't find any shavings inside the engine. None of these. Very, very good workmanship on these. SH is usually very good. Let's say that. I have seen so-so stuff from SH every now and then, but SH makes a ton of engines. These engines are generally very good, as you can see. Now, next thing I was going to say, the pinch on these engines is insane. I'm going to push this thing in pretty good. I'm going to give it a good push in and watch where this thing lands. Now, I'm pushing it up in there really good. Look at that. Boom. That thing is way down in there. That pinch, and look at that. That thing is in there. I gave it a good push. That just means when you're going to break these in, you got to heat them up really good. I had no problems breaking in the two that I broke in. That's another upcoming video. My superior break-in method. Real quick, I'll just I'll give you the gist. Mark it down. It's the heat cycle method, but I do not shut off the engine. The engine stays on for the entire break-in. I heat and cool the engine with a heat gun. I shroud the engine, put socks and towels on it to keep the heat on it, and I cool it with air compressor with compressed air over the cooling head. Heat it up to 250, 260. Heat it down to room temp, 75, 80 degrees. Do 4, 5, 6 heat cycles, 15 minutes or so each. But the engine stays running the entire time. No wear, excessive wear on your conrod that way. I believe it is a superior break-in method, and we will get into that in another episode, but you heard it here first. That's the way it goes. Anyways, these engines, in my opinion, are a great value. They start and run easy. I didn't have any big issues with these engines, and I've been running engines for a while, so I generally don't have issues, but that's another story. Before I start rambling, which I can tell I'm starting to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. I would love some comments, questions, anything anyone would like to ask or say. I have a ton of engines. I'm going to be doing a ton of videos. See you next time.